Welcome back. This coming Sunday marks 5 years since a deadly mass shooting claimed the lives of 4 people on Beatties Ford Road in Charlotte.
It happened as hundreds had gathered to celebrate Juneteenth. Even though the street was filled with people and police were able to get surveillance footage of the shots being fired, no one has been charged for the violence.
Well, tonight, 5 years later, the wait continues for justice.
And WBTV anchor Alex Giles spoke to one man who lost his son in that shooting, and he says he's frustrated with the lack of communication from investigators.
Father told me he gave me 30 years of my son. And I thank him. And I have to keep, I just had to keep going.
For 5 years, Charles Billings has kept going. He's continued pushing for answers after his son, Jamal Cassell, was shot and killed. It was June 22nd, 2020. A large crowd had gathered at a Juneteenth celebration on Beatties Ford Road. The jubilant evening quickly took a turn when gunshots were fired. Police believe that in total, more than 100 shots were fired in a crowd of 400 people. 4 people died after being hit by bullets. 39-year-old Cassell, 28-year-old Christopher C.J. Gleaton, 31-year-old Darion Stevenson, and 29-year-old Kelly Miller. In the days that followed, police pleaded for witnesses to come forward.
If you care about the victims, their families, their friends, then come forth.
But days turned to weeks, weeks turned to months, and months have turned to years. 5 to be exact, and no one has been charged for the killings. Charles Billings has refused to give up hope. We've spoken to him several times since his son was killed.
It's hard for my whole entire family. I know it takes time, but 3 years?
Our most recent conversation earlier this month.
I didn't think I would be doing this every year, this time of year, for 5 years.
While living with grief and sadness, Billings has most recently been frustrated, claiming he doesn't even hear from CMPD detectives anymore.
And here we're going into 5 years. We don't even know who the detective was. We don't even know what's going on.
In 2022, I interviewed police about this case, and they apologized for a lack of communication with the grieving families. A lieutenant also explained that the investigation had been complicated because of all the witnesses present and gunshots fired.
We followed on a ton of leads, but we still have yet to get that one piece of information that we need to be able to successfully resolve this case to make arrests.
When I reached out to police this year for this story, they opted to not make someone available for an interview, instead sending us this statement, which reads in part, quote, "Our detectives have worked tirelessly over these past 5 years, investigating every lead in this case. We know that any new evidence or leads, no matter how small, could be beneficial in helping us bring closure to the victims' families." Billings says he will continue to press police as they work the case, offering a stern message for the killer or killers who continue to walk the street.
I know you don't want to wish no harm on anybody, but I wish you die and go to hell for what you have done to my family.
Reporting in Charlotte, Alex Giles, WBTV, on your side.
There is a near $50,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest in this case, $50,000. So if you think you know something or you know who may be responsible, you're urged to call 911. And you can also submit a tip through Crime Stoppers. You can do so anonymously. You don't have to say who you are. That phone number is here on your screen. It's 704-334-1600. Again, you can also submit a tip online, and we've got that information under this story. Just go to WBTV.com and click on this story.